Hi, welcome back channel, TrainStation2. Alright, this is a new gift code to a Parquet, or Parquet. So if you enter this code in the settings itself, that gives you a good number of keys itself, 50 numbers. Alright, so I'm going to share again the code in the union. I'm going to share my members in the union as well, so that everybody enjoy this. Alright, so Parquet, Parquet. Alright, so that is the gift code, the latest one. Do remember gift code do expire within a few days, so just take note that. All right, so now back to the competition. As usual, it's always a short followed by a long competition. So in this second competition itself, this second competition is going to be a very long 3 days event. Definitely starting late by half a day, so that means we got 2.5 days more to fight this battle. Good thing here, we got a good number of things, but again, warehouse spacing as usual is the problem. So this is something you're gonna manage. I've emphasized this many times, the importance of the logistics center. The logistics center itself allows you to claim items. So for those items, you do not need a dispatcher. Do not store those items in a warehouse because they're taking up too much of your space. Take note of the what I did here is that because there's a requirement of the Epic train, so I'm going to use that innovation center to up the capacity of my trains, and then with that we can deliver faster and at the same time draw down the inventory in my warehouse. That will allow me to free up some warehouse spacing to make new ones. Not forgetting the fact that we are all heavy in inventory as usual. Inventory management is something you really got to juggle with. Maybe sometimes it's painful throwing away items, but think again, if the item just take you 30 seconds, not really an issue, especially with the innovation center, which you can grant very high capacity trains to collect them. Likewise, if you have that in your logic center, the logic center itself allows you to claim instantaneously without a need for any dispatcher at all. So these are the two greatest inventions by Pixar, but the rest of it is history, which I do not want to talk about anymore with the user interface that we don't really dislike. But that's besides the point. Games goes on. It's a free game after all, so if you're free to play, enjoy it. Right. So here we have a few more items to deliver for this job. Then we are done with. I've used up all my dispatchers at this juncture, so that is 30 numbers of them. And at the same time, I'm going to clear up some inventory by doing the union jobs. Fortunately, the union inventory doesn't separate from your normal inventory. They also take up warehouse space as well, which is really frustrating. Especially most of the time, they be asking the same item to deliver in the union play. I have tons of it, in thousands. Some of the inventory will never be asked for. So this is really taking up my very tiny warehouse space, almost half of it, but things that they will never ask for. They keep on repeating, which I do not understand why. It's so painful to keep on repeating the same item again and again, whereby we have all the shuffles and whatnot in the inventory warehouse, but no one asked for them. So this is really really tiring. All right, so with that, the second competition itself starting, we really got to utilize our union dollars to increase the capacity, as I mentioned, in the innovation center. You use it strategically. Because you really have to use it sparely, because we don't have a lot of them. We can only use it in the first three competitions, so that's what I meant by strategically. Why so? Because the first three competition, people won't be so emphasized on winning. They're afraid to lose only and realize it only at the fourth competition onwards. So with that, the fourth and fifth and sixth competitions will be the toughest of all. So this is something I think you do not want to miss out. End of the day, designing your Emirates itself. Interestingly, we are able to design it with the buildings that we select, so that's definitely a plus. Then, of course, inventory management, as I mentioned earlier, using the input and output tray that allows you to create more space in the warehouse as well. Those activate those special bonus jobs, and strange enough, they're all talking about keys, which I don't really enjoy this because I thought it should be rotating between EP keys and gems, but I've been seeing a lot of keys, which is a bit strange though. I mean, I don't know why this event is such a way, but Pixel seems to be changing things without telling us as usual. So here we have some of the items ready, but I couldn't collect them because otherwise we're taking too much of my inventory space in the warehouse. So this is also part of the inventory management that you could do. And at the same time, you can see we got thousands of items of duplicates asking, but we already have paid up so much, so it's really tough to keep on constantly asking for that. So I make the unique Dubai building as usual. I believe all would choose the same because that's the most iconic building ever, right, in Dubai. And in this Emirates, it seems like all the other different buildings we put in the same place. So we are amazed by the fact that we're asking for items after items that we don't have, but not those items that we have tons of it. So that always seems to be suspicious that Pixel is trying to make things difficult for us so they can spend real money to buy gems and hasten the whole thing again. But as we understand by now, I mean, it's a profit generating company after all. So thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe, and good luck to your second competition. Goodbye.